Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I would like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Do you know someone skillful enough to be able to finish this work within a week? I need someone helpful. I want to hire someone who can speak Chinese. The company is looking for someone who can speak English. The company is looking for someone fluent in English. I bought a box of candy, cheaper than that one. I will accept anyone with the qualification. The company will accept anyone with the qualification. I would like to drink something cold to drink. I would like to order something cold. I would like to drink something hot. I will ask somebody in the class. I will ask somebody in the company. I will ask somebody at the shop. I will buy something cheap. I will buy something expensive at the shop. Not everyone can enter this room. Not everyone can pass the entrance examination. I need someone help setting up my room. I need someone skillful enough to use this program. I am looking for someone who can use programming C, who can make programs. Something is wrong with this computer. Something is wrong with this smartphone. Something is wrong with you today. You are doing crazy things today. What happened to you? I would like to buy something special for you. I would like to sell something expensive at the shop to cover my deficit this month. You can buy something expensive at this shop. I will buy you something cheap. I can buy you something cheap. I can buy you anything cheap. I would like to be friends with someone kind. I would like to be friends with someone kind. I would like to be friends with someone polite. I would like to be friends with someone polite. The audition was held yesterday, and anyone was failed. Anyone was failed. The company is looking for someone smiling all the time. The company is looking for someone who graduated from or who is going to graduate from the University of Tokyo. Are you looking for someone fluent in English? Are you looking for someone fluent in Chinese? Are you looking for someone fluent in Irish? Are you looking for someone fluent in German? Are you looking for someone fluent in Italian? I met someone I don't know yesterday, but he said he knew me. Isn't it strange? I need someone helpful enough to finish my job instead of me when I am on business trip. I would like to hire someone who can take the place of me. I would like to hire someone helpful. I would like to hire someone helpful. I would like to hire someone helpful. I would like to meet someone polite and kind. I would like to meet someone polite. I would like to take service from someone kind, polite. I would like to take service from someone kind and polite. I would like to take service from someone kind. I would like to take the service from someone kind and polite. I have to buy something expensive for my daughter's birthday. I would like to do something special for my daughter's birthday. Are you looking for something special for your daughter? Are you looking for something special for your daughter? Yes, I'm looking for something special for my daughter's birthday. I can buy you anything cheap. I can buy you anything cheaper than 10,000 yen. Order anything cheaper than 1,000 yen at the restaurant. I don't have time, I have to go to toilet. Please order anything cheaper than 1,000 yen. Okay. But do not complain. I need something helpful for my job. I would like to buy something helpful for my job, work. I would like to buy something interesting. I would like to read something interesting. I would like to buy something interesting. I would like to buy something interesting to read. I would like to buy something interesting to play with. I would like to buy something interesting to read. I would like to watch something interesting. I would like to watch something interesting on the TV. I would like to watch something interesting. I would like to watch anything interesting. I want to be friends with anyone kind. I would like to be friends with anyone polite. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for somebody fluent in Japanese. I'm looking for somebody polite. I'm looking for everybody. I'm looking for anybody who can use programming C. I'm looking for somebody who can speak English, Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. 4 languages. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Somebody asked me to accompany her on the bridge. I didn't, because I know it is a kind of fraud. She will take me to his bar and charge me a large amount of money. So please be careful. Please don't follow such people talking to you on the bridge. Okie dokie. Please do not be picked up, do not pick up by such fraudulent people. Do you know somebody fluent in Japanese? Do you know somebody fluent in English? Do you know somebody fluent in English? Do you know somebody fluent in Japanese? I would like to speak with somebody kind. I would like to talk with somebody kind. I would like to practice my English with someone kind. I would like to speak English and practice with someone kind, polite. I would like to speak English with anybody kind. I would like to study English with anybody kind, polite. I would like to take the service from somebody kind. I would like to take the service from anybody kind. Are you considerate? Are you considerate? I like a considerate person. I would like to be friends with a considerate person. I would like to be friends with considerate people. I want all the staff members to be considerate to customers. I want all my employees to be considerate to customers. I want all hotel staff members to be considerate to customers. I want all the members of our hotel to be considerate to our customers. I hope all the hotel staff in our hotel will be considerate enough for our guests to be happy. I also want to be considerate to customers. Are you considerate? enough for your customers to be happy. Are you considerate? Maybe, I think so. Considerate. I'm considerate. 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 She is considerate enough to give me her handkerchief. She was considerate enough to give me 1,000 yen when I forgot my wallet at home. She was considerate as to give me a piece of fried chicken. He was considerate as to give me 2 pieces of fried chicken. He was considerate as to buy me a souvenir from Korea. She was considerate as to give me 1,000 yen. She was considerate as to send me a postcard. She was considerate enough to bring me homework when I was absent from the school. She was considerate enough to bring me homework when I was absent from school. She was considerate as to send me a message asking if I am okay. She was considerate as to send me a message to see if I was okay. She was considerate enough to send me a message to check if I was okay. Are you considerate? Are you considerate enough to make your husband happy? Considerate. Are you considerate? I am considerate enough to make my husband happy, make my wife happy. My car had a considerable damage on the accident. Tourist industry is getting considerable damage due to the bad economy, due to the disaster. Due to the disaster, industrial tourist sightseeing industry is getting considerable damage. Considerable damage. Considerable bonus. Considerable 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 damage, considerable amount of money. I want to get considerable amount of money. You too? I would like to earn considerable amount of money. Is your bonus considerable amount? Do you get considerable amount of money every year? Considerable damage on my car. Considerable damage on tourist industry. Considerable. I have considerable fever today. I have considerable fever today. considerable, considerable. My town had a considerable amount of snow last year. My city had considerable amount of snow last year. My city had considerable amount of snow yesterday. Considerable amount of snow was stuck up on the street yesterday, but they were all melted by the sun. Considerable amount of snow fell yesterday. Considerable amount of snow fell yesterday. Considerable amount of snow fell yesterday. Considerable amount of snow was stuck up on the street last year. Considerable amount of snow has been falling. Considerable amount of snow is falling. Considerable amount of snow is falling. Considerable amount of snow has been falling since last week. Considerable amount of snow has been falling since last year. I would like to buy something economic. I would like to buy something economic. Do you have an economic book? Do you have an economic book? I have some economic books. I have some books regarding economics. I have some books with regard to economics. I have some books regarding economics with respect to economics. In regard to economics, as for economics, as to economics, I see. Are you familiar with economics? Are you familiar with economic things? Your way of turning off your switch regularly is economical. Could you give me some advice as for economical things? Is this way economical? Your way of turning off all the light when you finish your work is economical. Is the way that we turn off the engine of our car on the signal economical? Is the way that we turn off the engine at the signal on road economical? Could you give me a piece of economical way? Could you give me a piece of economical way? I think buying a hybrid car is economical in the long run. Buying a thing at once without taking loan is economical in the long run. Do you think buying this expensive one is economical in the long run? Do you think that buying this more expensive one is economical in the long run? Economical. I think entering national university is more economical than going to private school. Taking a trip in the country is more economic than taking a trip to foreign countries. Traveling in domestic is more economical than traveling in foreign countries. I think going by car is more economical than taking plane. I think going by car is more economical than going by plane. But sometimes going by plane can be more economical than going by car. It depends on the date. When you buy the ticket on weekdays, it is often cheaper than buying on weekends because many people get day offs on weekends, so the price can be very higher, much higher. On the other hand, many people work on weekdays, so the flight tickets are often cheaper. I would like to show you my favorite song. I would like to show you my favorite book. I would like to show you my favorite promotion video of my favorite artist. Could you tell me your favorite artist? Could you tell me your favorite flavor of the ice cream? Could you tell me your favorite color? If you have a bachelor's degree in economics, it is favorable, but it is not necessary. It is not necessary. If you leave your house at 6 o'clock, it is favorable, and you will have enough time in time for the flight departure. Arriving at the station 1 hour before the departure is favorable, because it is for your first time. You might get lost, and you need enough time to buy the ticket, to go to the platform, and so on. So arriving at the station 1 hour before the departure is favorable for you. Arriving at the airport 2 hours before the departure is favorable. If possible, please arrive at the airport 2 hours and 30 minutes earlier than departure time. If you have a driving license, it is favorable. If you have a driver's license, it is favorable. If you have a master's degree in literature, it is favorable. If you have a master's degree, it is favorable. If you have a bachelor's degree, it is favorable. If you have a TOEIC score more than 900, it is favorable. If you have more than 800 on TOEIC score, it might be favorable. If you have a car, it is favorable. I think your guitar is invaluable because it has the sign he is very famous in the world, so the guitar must be very expensive, invaluable. Your violin must be very expensive, it is invaluable. Look at the sign. Do you have an invaluable thing? Invaluable thing? Do you have an invaluable thing? Invaluable. 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 Valuable. I have an invaluable thing. Invaluable. Invaluable thing. Invaluable thing. I have an invaluable thing. Invaluable. Invaluable. This statue is invaluable. This piano is invaluable. This old guitar is invaluable. This old violin is invaluable. This painting is invaluable. This painting is invaluable. This picture is also invaluable. I think your advice was not useless. I think this watch is useless. Valueless. I think this watch is valueless because it's just old and it was very cheap. I bought the watch for 1000 yen and it is too old. So I think this watch is valueless. Even if I sold it, it would be under 100 yen or valueless. I don't like to talk about valueless topic. I don't like to talk about valueless thing. Valueless thing. Valueless. Valueless thing. Valueless thing. Valueless. Valueless thing. Valueless. Valueless thing. Valueless thing. Valueless thing. Valueless thing. Valueless. I think this notebook is valueless. I think the information is valueless. It is all lie. It is all lie. They are all lies. I think this jewelry is valueless. It is fraud. It is not true diamond. It is plastic. This jewelry is valueless. Your information is valueless. The time I spent with the company was valueless. The time I spent much of my time playing the video game was valueless. The time I spent playing the video game was valueless. The much of time I spent playing video games was valueless. The much time I spent with playing video games was valueless. Are you literate in English? Are you literate in English? Are you literate computer? And are you computer literate? Are you computer literate? Are you smartphone literate? Are you computer literate? There was literate error on your report. There was literate error on your report. Are you literate? Are you literate in Italian? Are you literate in Japanese? Literate. Are you literate in Japanese? Are you literate in English? There were some literate errors on your paper. There were some literate errors in your essay. You have to correct them and submit it later again, before your graduation day. Literate in Chinese? Are you literate in Japanese? Are you literate in Norwegian? Are you literate in Swedish? Are you literate in Finnish? Are you literate in Japanese? Are you literate in Chinese? Are you literate in English? Are you literate in Korean? Are you computer literate? Are you computer literate? Are you literate in programming C? Are you literate in programming C? Are you literate in programming C? Are you programming literate? Are you computer literate? Are you smartphone literate? Are you programming literate? Are you English literate? Are you English literate? Are you computer literate? Are you literate in computer? Are you literate in smartphone? Are you literate in music sheet? Are you literate in music sheet? Are you literate in music sheet? Are you literate in English? Are you literate in English? Are you literate in Japanese? Are you literate in Japanese? Are you literate in English? Are you literate in Norwegian? Are you literate in Swedish? Are you literate in Korean? Are you literate in Chinese? Are you literate in programming C? Are you literate in programming C? Are you literate in computer? Are you computer literate? Are you computer literate? There are some literate errors in the programming. There are some literate errors in your essay that have to be corrected later. There are some literate errors that have to be corrected later. There are some literate errors that have to be corrected later. There are some literate errors that have to be corrected. There are some literate errors that have to be corrected. Are you literate in English? Are you computer literate? Are you smartphone literate? Are you 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 literate in English? Are you literate in Japanese? Are you literate in German? Are you literate in German? Are you literate in Italian? Are you literate? Are you literate? Literate. Are you literate in English? I meant in literary. Please read it carefully again. What I want to say is the sentences written on the paper in literary. Please read it carefully again. What I want to say is written in the paper in literary. What I want to express, what I want to say is written on the paper in literary. In literal. Please check it again, please. Thank you. Literary errors. There are some literary errors on your paper. There are some literal errors on the essay that have to be corrected later. literal, literal. There are some literal errors on your essay that have to be corrected later. Literal. Literal, 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 literal. There are some literal errors on the paper that have to be corrected soon, within this week. I meant it in literal. What do you mean in literal? In literary. In literally. In literally. In literal. In literal. In literally. What do you mean by the kanji? In literal. In literally. In literally, 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 literal, in literal, in literal, in literal, in literal. There are some literal errors on the report you wrote yesterday. There are some literal errors on your essay. Could you correct it, please? Could you correct the literal errors? Could you correct the literal errors by tomorrow? Could you correct literal errors on your essay by tomorrow? Could you correct literal errors by tomorrow? I mean the literal meaning. I mean the literal thing. Please read the sentence carefully again. What I want to say is written in literally. What I want to say is written on the paper in literally. I meant in literally. Please check the meaning of the kanji. I meant it in literally. I meant it in literally. Please check the meaning of the kanji. I meant it in literally. Do you have literary books? Do you have a literary book? Are you interested in literary thing? I have 2 literary books. I have 2 books regarding literary things. I would like to take literary course at the university at the next semester. I want to take the literary course at the next semester. I would like to belong to a literary club activity when I enter the university. Are you interested in literary studies? Are you interested in literary studies? Do you have a literary book? 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 I would like to ask my literary teacher about the questions I can't understand. Can you take literary subject at your university? 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 I can take subject, literary studies at my university. I can take literary things at university. Literary course. There is a literary course at my university. Do you have a literary book? Do you have a literary book? Literary. Do you have a literary book? My son is already respectable enough to be independent of me. My daughter is respectable as to be independent of us. My son was respectable as to help the elderly crossing the street. My son was respectable as to give his seat to the elderly. I am respectable as to get up early every morning and never late for work. My son is respectable as to get up early every morning and never be late for school. Respectable. Are you respectable? Are you respectable enough to help the poor? My boss was respectable as to solve the problems smoothly without getting any claims from our customers. My boss was respectable to deal with the problem smoothly without getting any claims from our customers. The company was respectable to take the responsibility. The company was respectable as to take the responsibility and return all the money to the guest for nothing, for free. The airline was respectable as to return all the money to the passengers due to the inclement weather. The airline was respectable enough to solve the problem smoothly, immediately, without any problems, without any second disaster problems. My father is respectable to support 4 children, including me. My mother was respectable enough to support 4 of us. You are respectable to finish the job, the task, by today. You are respectable. You are respectable to finish the task by this week. No one can do that, but only you did that. You are respectable to confront with your boss and told him what you really feel. You are respectable. The children went to respective houses, respected home. The children went back to respective home. The children went to respective schools. The students went to respective high schools after graduating from junior high school. The high school students went to respective area. The prizes were given to 3 people respectively. The prizes were given to the top 3 athletes respectively. Gold medals, silver medals, and bronze medals were given to the top 3 athletes respectively. Gold medal, silver medal, and bronze medal were given to the top 3 athletes respectively. The supplies were given to the people living in the affected area respectively. The supplies were given to the people respectively. The food was supplied to the people respectively. The staff members were passing away the leaflet respective people. The staff member in front of the shop were giving away a pocket dish respective people to respective people, respective person. Respective. The staff members were giving away pocket tissue, a pocket tissue to respective customers. The staff members at the shop were giving away a pocket dish to respective customers. The staff members were giving away a pocket dish to respective customers. I would like to be friends with someone respectful. I would like to take service from respectful people, staff members. I would like to take service from respectful staff. Respectful staff is much better. Respectful people will be welcomed at all time. Respectful people will be accepted at all companies. Respectfulness is very important to the success. Respectful. Are you respectful? Are you respectful or rude? I am looking for an employee who is respectful. I would like to hire respectful people. I would like to hire respectful people. I want to hire respectful people. I am going to hire 2 respectful people at my company. I will hire 3 respectful people. at my company. I would like to hire 2 respectful people, and I want them to work as receptionist. I want them to report to receptionist. Respectful, 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 kind, polite, respectful, 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 respectful. Are you respectful? All the hotel staff were respectful to me. I met only respectful people at the hotel. The hotel must be so great. I met only respectful staff members at the hotel. I met only respectful staff at the hotel. I met only respectful staff at Tokyo Disneyland. I met only respectful staff at the hotel. I met some respectful people in the country. There were some respectful people in the country, in the hotel. There were some rude people in the hotel. Respectful, respectful, respectful. The hotel staff members of the hotel were all respectful. The staff members of the hotel were all respectful. The staff members of the hotel were all respectful, 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 respectful. The staff members of the hotel in the hotel were all respectful, all respectful, respectful, all respectful, all respectful. I'm very sensitive alcohol. I'm very sensitive to the noise. My cat is very sensitive to the noise. My cat is very sensitive to sound coming from outside. I'm very sensitive to the sound. I'm very sensitive to the sound. Are you very sensitive to the sound too? Can you sleep with your TV on? Can you sleep with someone sneezing next to you? No way, I cannot sleep. Can you sleep with someone sneezing next to you? No way. My friend was very sensible as to help me, even we are living very far. My friend was very sensible enough to help me. My mother was sensible. As to cancel the trip, I was very sensible as to cancel my trip to Taiwan. I was very sensible as to cancel my trip to London. It was very sensible of you to cancel the trip to Taiwan at this dangerous situation. It was sensible of you to cancel your trip. It was sensible of you to cancel your trip to Tokyo at this dangerous situation, in this dangerous situation. I think it was not a sensible decision. I think this is not a sensible decision to throw away all the books which you used at university. I have to make a sensible decision. I have to make a sensible decision immediately. I must make sensible decision. Do you think this is a sensible decision to go to Hokkaido as a trip? Do you think this is a sensible answer? Do you think this is a sensible answer to our customer? I'm coming up with a sensible answer to my customers. I'm thinking of sensible answer, sensible report, sensible way of asking, sensible way of asking questions to my boss. This is a sensible answer, sensible way, sensible decision. This is a sensible decision. Is this a sensible decision? Is this a sensible decision? Sensible decision. Is this sensible decision? Sensible decision. Sensible decision. Sensible. Is this a sensible decision? Sensible. Oh my god, your decision is not sensible. What made you do? What made you like this? Who are you now? You are not what you used to be. Who are you? You are not like what you used to be. I'm studying social studies. Do you like social studies? What was your favorite subject when you were a high school student? Did you like social studies? I didn't like social studies, but I like studying social studies now. I don't like social customs. I don't like social common sense. It is not common sense, but nothing. Do you like social studies? Do you like social life? Do you want to be independent of social life? Do you want to go away from social world? Do you want to escape from social world, social life? I don't like studying social studies. I didn't like studying social studies, but I like to study social studies now. Are you sociable? Are you sociable? I think sociable people have advantage in many opportunities, in many places, in many areas. Are you sociable or introvert? Are you sociable or introvert? I think sociable people have good advantage in many things, many areas, many places, many areas. I think sociable people have good advantage in many points, at many points. I think sociable people have good advantage at many points. Oh. Are you sociable? Are you sociable? As to talk to foreign people? Are you sociable enough for you to speak English with foreigners? Are you sociable enough for you to be able to speak with anyone? Are you sociable enough for you to speak with anyone? I am not sociable. I am sociable. I don't know if I am sociable. I don't know whether or not I am sociable. I don't know whether I am sociable or not. Do you have sociable friends? Do you have a sociable friend? Do you have sociable friends? Is your coworker sociable? Are your coworkers sociable? Are your coworkers sociable? Are you more sociable than others? Are you more sociable than average? Are you more sociable than average? I am more sociable than average, I think. I am not more sociable than average, I think. I think I am more sociable than average. I think I am more sociable than others. I think his business is going well. So I think his business is going successful. His business is going successful. My way was successful. I did my best. My way of studying. I hope that my way of studying will be successful. I hope that my way of study will be successful. I hope that my way of studying will be successful. How did it go? How did your business go? Oh, it went successful. Thanks to you. Oh, it's good. Sounds good. Let's go for a drink. Okay. Let's go. No, I don't go. Why? I don't know. Successful. Please listen to me. If you don't listen to me, your business will not be successful. If you listen to me, your business will be successful. I can give you some advice about how to succeed in your life, how to succeed in your business. It rained 4 days. It rained for 2 days successive days. 2 successive days. He was absent for school for 3 successive days. 2 successive days. It has been sunny for 8 successive days. It has been sunny for 7 successive days a week. It has been sunny for 6 successive days. It has been raining for 5 successive days. I am waiting for you for 30 minutes. 30 successive minutes. I was waiting for you 30 successive minutes. He was driving 2 hours successively. He was driving 2 hours successively. He was driving 2 successive hours. He was driving 2 successive hours. I was waiting for 2 successive hours at the attraction. I was waiting for 2 successive hours. 2 successive hours. It rained for 3 successive days. It has been raining for 3 successive days since 3 days ago. It has been snowing for 4 successive days, 5 successive days, 6 successive days, 7 successive days. Our boss is absent for 3 successive days. Our boss is absent for 3 successive days. Our teacher is absent for 3 successive days. Successive days. 3 successive days. 3 successive days. 3 successive days. Successive. Our teacher is absent 3 days successively. Our teacher is absent 3 days successively. Our teacher is absent 3 days successively. Our boss is absent because he got flu for 3 days successively. Our boss has been absent from our work 3 days successively. 3 successive days. 3 successive days. Successive days. 3 successive days. 3 successive days. 3 successive days. Successive. 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 Many practices will pay off, I hope. Many practices will pay off. I hope that many practices will pay off for me. Successive. Many successive practice. I hope many successive practices will pay off for me. Many successive practices every day. I would like to go to many countries. I would like to go to many countries. I would like to go to as many countries as possible. I would like to go to as many countries as I can. I would like to go to many countries as possible as I can. I would like to take up much time. I would like to take much time to study. I would like to take much time to study. I would like to devote much time to study, to my study, to achieve my goal. How much money do you bring to Korea? How much money are you going to bring with you to our trip to Taiwan? How many hours are you singing so far? How many hours have you singing so far? We have been singing for 2 hours so far. I think we are going to sing one hour more, and we will go home. Okay. Many of the rumors came from the university. Many of the rumors came from the professor. Many of the customers are buying masks. Many of the customers are queuing in the line to get masks. Many of the customers queuing in front of the supermarket are wanting masks. Many of the customers queuing in front of the shop want to buy masks because masks are out of stock in many supermarkets. Masks are out of stock at many supermarkets, so masks are very expensive at some online shop. Some people are selling masks for higher price than usual. Some people are selling masks for higher price because masks are sold out at many supermarkets. It is very difficult to come by masks now. Masks. Many of the students took psychology test. Many of the students went home after the earthquake. Many of the students forgot the homework to school. Many of the customers bought the goods. Many of the customers bought the best-selling goods. Much of the money was spent on food. He ate much of the pizza. So only 2 pieces are left. He ate much of the pizza. Please do not spend much money on gambling. I shouldn't have spent my precious time playing video games. I still have a lot of time to think. I still have a lot of time to study. I still have lots of time to study. I still have plenty of time to study. I want to buy a lot of water. I want to buy plenty of water. I want to buy lots of water. Do you want to buy many masks? How many masks do you want? How many masks do you want? 2, 3, 5, 100, 10,000, million? A lot of people are doing the same thing. Plenty of people are heading for the same direction. Lots of people are heading for the same direction. I want to eat a lot of beef. I want to eat a lot of beef at the restaurant. She is drinking a lot of wine. I am drinking a glass of wine. She is drinking a bottle of wine, but she is still fine. She is still drinking a lot of wine. She is still drinking lots of wine. She is drinking plenty of wine. I read lots of books. I read lots of books. Successful people, it is said, read lots of books. It is said that successful people read lots of books. Plenty of books. Successful people are said to read lots of books. Plenty of books. Successful people are said to read many books. Many books. Lots of books. Plenty of books. I don't want to spend much time on that. I don't want to spend plenty of money on that. I don't want to spend plenty of money on that. I spent plenty of my time studying. I spent lots of my time studying. I spent much of my time studying. I spent lots of my time studying. I devoted my lots of time to studying. I devoted plenty of my time to studying. I devoted lots of my time to studying. I devoted plenty of my time to studying. Please do not eat a lot of food before your study, before your examination, otherwise you will feel sleepy. It is said that it takes about 3 hours to digest your food in your stomach after you eat. It is said that it takes about 3 hours to digest all the food you eat. So please finish your eating before 3 hours if you have something important such as examination, match, and so on. A lot of, plenty of, lots of. Do you have a lot of water? Do you have a lot of chocolate? Do you have a lot of chocolate? Lots of chocolate? Plenty of chocolate. Do you have plenty of water? Do you have lots of water? Do you have a lot of water? Do you have a lot of books? Do you have lots of books? Do you have plenty of books? Do you have a lot of money? Do you have lots of money? Do you have plenty of money? Do you have a lot of time to hang out with me? Do you have lots of time to hang out with me? Do you have plenty of time to hang out with me today? Sure, let's go. Let's go out. Let's go to the city together. Let's go to Circular Quay and see the show at the Opera House. Sounds good. Let's go. I have a lot of key holders in my house. I have plenty of key holders in my house. I have lots of key holders in my house, in my room. Do you have a lot of luggage? Do you have lots of luggage? Do you have plenty of luggage? Do you have a lot of furniture in your room? Do you have lots of furniture in your room? Do you have plenty of furniture in your room? There are a lot of deer in the Nara Park. There is lots of deer in the park. There is plenty of deer in the park. There are a lot of deer in the park, in the Nara park. There are lots of deer in the park. There are plenty of deer in the park. I would like to get a lot of information of the entrance examination. I would like to obtain lots of information about the entrance examination. I would like to obtain plenty of information about the entrance examination. I want to get a lot of information about how to succeed in our life. I would like to get lots of information about how to succeed in our life. I would like to obtain plenty of information about how to succeed in our business. A large number of people are queuing in front of the shop. A great number of people are queuing in the shop. Queuing, queuing, queuing. A large number of people are waiting in the queue. A great number of people are waiting in the queue. A large number of customers are waiting in the queue. A great number of people are waiting in the queue so that they will buy iPhone, so that they can buy iPhone for the first time in the world. A large number of guests were invited to the concert. A great number of guests were invited to the program, to the comedy show. A large number of guests were invited to the party. A great number of guests were invited to the party. A number of victims were sent to the hospital. A number of victims were sent to the hospital. A large number of victims were sent to the hospital. A great number of victims were sent to the hospital. The doctor diagnosed a number of patients. The doctor diagnosed a great number of patients. The doctor diagnosed a large number of patients. The doctor diagnosed a great number of patients so far. The doctor have diagnosed a great number of patients. The doctor has diagnosed a large number of patients. The surgeon used to have many operations on the patients. The surgeon has had many operations on the patients. I would like to buy a large number of books. I would like to buy a great number of books. I would like to buy a number of books. The company is going to hire a large number of employees. The company is going to hire a great number of new employees. The company is going to lay off a large number of employees at the same time. The company is going to lay off a great number of employees at the same time. The company is going to cut off a number of employees at the same time. A number of new jobs will be created in the future. A large number of new jobs will be created in the future. A great number of new jobs will be created. A number of new jobs will be created in the future. A great number of new jobs will be created in the future. A large number of new employees will be hired at the company. A great number of employees will be hired. A large number of, a great number of, a large number of, a large number of, a large number of, a great number of, a large number of new employees will be hired at the company. A great number of new employees will be hired at the company. A great number of masks will be supplied soon. A great number of masks will be supplied soon because masks are out of stock at many supermarkets. A great number of masks will be supplied soon. The factory is producing a great number of masks. The factory is producing a great number of masks. The factory is producing a large number of masks. The factory is producing a great number of masks. The factory is producing a great number of masks. The factory is producing a great number of masks. The factory is producing a great number of masks. The factory is producing a great number of masks. A large amount of money was stolen from the bank. A large amount of money was stolen from the bank. A large amount of money was stolen from the bank. He spent a large amount of money on the gambling and lost much of his money, much of his budget, savings. I ate a large amount of food today. I shouldn't have eaten a large amount of food tonight. I'm so full I cannot even sleep. I shouldn't have eaten a large amount of lunch. I'm so feel sleepy. I cannot concentrate on my work. I ended up paying a large amount of money because I took the taxi home. I couldn't catch the train. I missed catching the train. I failed in catching the train, so I ended up taking a taxi. A large amount of water is leaking from the hose. A large amount of water is leaking from the ground. A large amount of water is spring out from the ground. A large amount of water is leaking from the shower hose. Do you have a large amount of money? Do you have a great deal of money? Do you have a large amount of money? Do you have a large amount of wine? Do you have a large amount of time? Do you have a large amount of time to study with me? Do you have a large amount of time to hang out with me today? Do you have a large amount of money? Do you have a large amount of money? Do you have a large amount of water? Do you have a large amount of wine? Do you have a large amount of money? Do you have a great deal of money? Do you have a large amount 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 of water? Do you have a large amount of water? Do you have a great deal of water? Do you have a great deal of money? Do you have a great deal of water? Do you have a great deal of money? A great deal of, a great deal of, a great deal of. Do you have a great deal of water? A great deal of water is leaking from the hose. A great deal of water is leaking from the hose. A great deal of water is leaking from the hose. A great deal of money was stolen from the bank. A great deal of wine was drunk by her, so there is little left in the bottle. A great deal of wine was drunk by her, so there is little left in the bottle. We had a great deal of rain yesterday. We had a great deal of rain yesterday. Please do not add a great deal of sugar in it. Please do not add a great deal of a great deal of sugar in it. Please do not add a large amount of sugar in it. Please do not add a great deal of sugar in it. Please do not add a large amount of sugar in it. Please do not add a great amount of sugar in it. A large amount of. Please do not add a large amount of sugar in it. Please do not add a large amount of sugar in it. Please do not add a large amount of sugar in it. Please do not spend a large amount of money on it. Please do not spend a large amount of money on it. Please do not spend a large amount of money on it. Please do not spend a large amount of money on it. Please do not spend a large amount of money on it. Please do not spend a large amount of money on gambling. Please do not waste a large amount of time. Please do not waste a large amount of time. Please do not waste a great deal of time. Please do not waste a large amount of time. Please do not waste a large amount of time. Please do not waste a great deal of time. Please do not waste a great deal of time. Please do not waste your time. Please do not waste your precious time. Please do not waste a great deal of time. Please do not waste your great deal of time. A great deal of time. A great deal of time. A large amount of time. Please do not waste your large amount of time. Please do not waste a large amount of time. A large amount of money was stolen from the bank. A great deal of money was stolen from the bank. The number of people has been, the number of population has been decreasing in Japan. The number of population has been decreasing in Japan. The number of population in the world has been increasing. The number of population in the world has been increasing. But on the other hand, the number of population in Japan has been decreasing. I cannot count the number of the customers who came to our shop today. I cannot even count how many customers came to our shop today. I cannot count the number of customers who came to our shop today. Okay, I will finish talking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See ya!